Visit a store today.
Breaking news alert, a Memphis police officer rushed to Regional 1. In this exclusive video from Chopper 5, you see patrol cars racing down the highway, forced to take the officer to the hospital themselves, running out of time to wait for an ambulance. WMC Action News 5's Janice Broach is live at Mill Branch and Winchester with how this officer is doing. Janice?
Well, it was a pretty intense scene here on Mill Branch. This parking lot behind me was filled with Memphis police officers in their patrol cars. Now, Chopper 5 captured that scene, and you can see from Chopper 5 just how many officers were here on the scene to try to help their fellow officer. Now, we know that an ambulance was called, but the officers did not want to wait. They took the officer who became ill, put him in a patrol car, and rushed to the regional medical center where the officer was taken inside. Now, I am told by Memphis police that that officer had pulled over here on Mill Branch because he became ill. I'm told that officer is okay. It is not clear why the other officers decided that they needed to rush him to the regional medical center, but we are told that the officer is okay. We don't know exactly the extent of his illness or what exactly happened with him, but we are told that that officer is okay. Live on Mill Branch, Janice Broach, WMC Action News 5.
New at 10, deputies are investigating after a woman charged in a deadly motorcycle crash claims her father is actually the one responsible. That crash happened 1 week ago tonight at Woodstock, Cuba, and Little John Roads. Investigators say that the driver backed out of the driveway when a couple on a motorcycle crashed into a trailer attached to the driver's pickup truck. WMC Action News 5's Jerry Askin live with what the victim's family is asking for tonight. Jerry?
Well, Kanji, Cassie Kingdom has been here at Regional 1 trying to recover. Her daughter told me at the very least her family wants an apology. Deputies now working to see if there may be more charges.
It's just tragic that happened to him.
Each day brings new tears for Amber Haney after a crash that killed her stepfather and left her mother at the hospital in serious condition.
Seeing her like that, it just tears me up. Every time.
Deputies have previously charged Elizabeth Blackwood with leaving the scene of a crash, but a new twist in the case is adding insult to injury for the victim's family.
I wish they would just fess up and accept their responsibility, because you don't go around and just kill somebody and be like, oh, oops.
Now, according to this Facebook post by Blackwood, she's now blaming her father for the deadly crash, claiming instead he was driving and not her. She wrote it was a horrible accident, and that she covered for her dad because she did not want to lose him again. I've learned her father has a long criminal record in Shelby County, including multiple DUI charges.
She didn't want to lose her dad and all this, but yet it's okay for me and my sister to basically lose ours.
Deputies say at this time no additional charges have been filed, though they are aware of the Facebook post and are investigating. We tried to get the Blackwood family's side of the story Wednesday. They asked us to leave their property. Meantime, this GoFundMe page for Haney's mother, who is recovering in the hospital, has already raised more than $1,100. Haney's words for whoever caused this tragedy.
At least say you're sorry. I mean, jeez,
And deputies now working to find out more. Right now, no new charges. If you want to help Haney's mother, who's here recovering, head over to our website, WMCActionNews5.com. Reporting live, Jerry Askin, WMC Action News 5.
It's a startling fact. Deadly heroin overdoses are up nearly 300% compared with last year, according to the Memphis Police Department. And it's only October. WMC Action News 5's Janice Broach uncovers the reason the drug has become so popular. Janice?
I see a lot of heroin.
People in Memphis say they can't believe how much heroin is out there, some of it more lethal than usual.
I'm hearing a lot of overdoses, fentanyl-laced drugs. Heroin's bad enough to begin with, but it seems like it's getting a lot worse.
It is getting worse. Heroin overdoses in Memphis have increased almost 300% over the entire number last year. In 2015, there were 27 heroin deaths. So far this year, there have been 74 deaths. This shocking video posted on Facebook shows this woman and man both collapsed, investigators say, from a heroin overdose. They're oblivious to all the people around them taking photos, shooting video, and making comments. This man, who did not want to be identified, saw the video.
I felt it was horrible. I was sad. I was very sad.
These photos, posted by the Ohio police, show a grandmother and her partner passed out on heroin with the woman's 4-year-old grandson in the back seat. Stephen Watts is a treatment specialist in Memphis.
As far as Memphis, yeah, we've got a huge problem with it. It's a lot of heroin around, and it's cheap.
Professionals say that is the main problem. The drug is not only cheap, it is highly addictive and easy to get. Megan Dawkins, a recovering addict, knows the lure of heroin.
Once you use it, you are hooked.
Janice Broach, WMC Action News 5.
New at 10, an Ole Miss student is publicly apologizing and withdrawing from school following a Facebook post about lynching people who protested the killing of a black man by Charlotte police officers. Jordan Sampson wrote that he's deeply sorry for a, quote, lapse of judgment, and says that he doesn't want this to define him. The post sparked protests on campus back in September, and the chancellor condemned it as racist, offensive, and hurtful. New tonight, Memphis police say they walked into a burglary just in time to catch this man, Darrell Williams. Police say they heard windows being shattered as Williams tried to find a way to escape the house on Bethlehem Avenue. Investigators say he then jumped out a window. After chasing Williams down, police found the victim's jewelry right in Williams' pocket. Williams' accomplice was able to escape and remains on the run at last check. A former U of M football player is filing a lawsuit against the NCAA for long-term head trauma. Chad Williams played football at the University of Memphis from 1990 to 1994 as a center and long snapper. He's part of a national suit, joining forces with other players. Williams says that he now suffers from memory loss, severe depression, anxiety, and other debilitating issues. His attorney says this case will also shine light on the problem for other U of M players.
And the purpose of the suits is to seek compensation, to seek real monetary compensation, to help these individuals with current and future medical costs and other impacts on their lives.
The lawsuit claims the system failed to take measures to provide safety to the players, even with certain protocols in place. The Pink Palace is closing its doors for a $4 million remodel. The museum will only have to close the mansion section. New exhibits will be updated and highly interactive. You'll also be able to find favorites like the Piggly Wiggly store and the Clyde Park Circus. Renovations will start in January and are expected to last about a year.
Well, let's get you to work tomorrow morning. Let me show you what your commute is going to be like. We're looking at a clear sky at 6 a.m. Should be about 68 and sunny at 7, and 70 at 8 a.m. We'll be dry in the morning. We're looking at a mostly sunny afternoon, 89 at 4, 88 at 5. 85 at 6 p.m. and a nice dry drive home, as it was the case today. It was warm today. It looks like we've got another warm day, and it's still warm in the area. 79 in Memphis, upper 60s to low 70s elsewhere. Tomorrow, some parts of the Mid-South may get into the 90s. We'll be in the 80s Friday, 70s for your weekend, 80s as we get back into next week. I'll tell you more about this roller coaster ride on temperatures, and we'll take a look at your rain chances. Cold front's coming. Your first alert forecast just minutes away.
A MidSouth teacher arrested, accused of sexting a teenage student. Tonight, the victim's mother has a warning for parents. Only on 5, WMC Action News 5's Rose Eckler spoke with this outraged mom about how she used the evidence to protect her son and leave this teacher without a job.
A MidSouth teacher has been charged with texting a 15-year-old student inappropriately. Donald Emery Jr. was a teacher at Freedom Prep Academy when a teen's mother said he started asking her son for videos of himself.
Just shocked, was in disbelief, could not believe that, it actually was at that content. And that this was somebody that I actually trusted with my child.
We hid this woman's identity to protect her family. She says Emery was her son's advisor. But the text messages her son was receiving were nothing she would ever expect. The texting lasted several months and included hundreds of messages of sexually explicit content. She says Emery even called her over the summer and offered to take her son to sporting events.
Of course, I declined, but still, what if I had not declined then? there's no telling what would have taken place.
This mother took her son's phone to both the police and the school. Emery was fired the next day and was then put on Shelby County's most wanted list, a list he stayed on for days before he was put behind bars on multiple charges of sexual exploitation and solicitation of a minor.
I felt a little anxiety because that meant that he wasn't captured yet.
But now that he's behind bars,
what were you thinking, like, seriously?
She hopes his arrest pushes other parents to talk to their children.
Be careful, make sure you check your children's phone and make sure you know where they are and who they're with.
Rose Eckler, WMC Action News 5.
Today, MidSouth fans of the Gilmore Girls got an experience straight out of the beloved television show. In celebration of the show's 16th anniversary, Netflix transformed 200 coffee shops across the country into Luke's Diner. Here in the MidSouth, City and State on Broad Avenue had new signs, aprons, backwards hats, and custom coffee sleeves.
I'm a fan of the show, and I heard about it online, so I decided to come out and get some coffee and support local business and my favorite show at once.
City and State tells us more than 750 cups of coffee were served at today's pop-up shop. Tonight, FedEx Forum made a major concert announcement, and tickets go on sale next week. You know who that is. Bon Jovi will be on stage in Memphis March 16th for his This House Is Not For Sale tour. Tickets go on sale Saturday, October 22nd.
It's going to be a fun concert. Coming up, I'll talk about what the heat that's going to wrap up the week, and I'm tracking the latest on Hurricane Matthew and its impact on the East Coast. Your first alert forecast just minutes away. Plus,
two parents found dead by their own daughter.
That's like the hardest thing because that's a 7-year-old. That's a 7.
Tonight, heartbreaking bravery and how their daughter put learning first. Plus, a deputy killed in the line of duty in California. What the suspect is accused of trying to steal during a wild chase leading up to an arrest.
Tomorrow morning, black buying power. The enormous amounts of money African Americans are spending, and the not so obvious sign they're also making more.
Plus, I'll show you if Hurricane Matthew will have any impact on our weather here in the Mid-South.
And when breaking news happens, I'll bring it to you first in the Alert Center.
Mike Evans? Don't get me wrong, that's my guy, but he's got some really strange in-studio habits. Really strange.
Big Sue, let me tell you, diva. Everything's got to be just perfect. Diva! D-V-A-I, and in that order.
They're not going to see this right. Get out. I am the funny man Prescott. Mike, all right, Sue's okay. I am the star of the show, baby.
Mike Evans in the early morning tea with Big Sue and Prescott, 6 to 10 every morning on K97. So funny, it's unreal.
Order your American-made sofa or chair now at Bartlett Home Furnishings and get delivery by Christmas. Or choose from our inventory and get immediate delivery. 40% off retail and 12 months free financing. Don't miss the sofa sale at Bartlett Home Furnishings.
We got married in June.
On Tuna Day. There's a Subway 350 sub of the day to help you remember life's important days. Every day a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50 every day of the week at Subway.
Her name is Terry.
She was born on Sweet
Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day.
October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we at Gateway Tower would like to do our small part in efforts to promote awareness and early detection.
My mom.
My grandmother.
My friend. My grandmother. Every Tuesday during the month of October is Ladies' Day. Ladies get 20% off any purchase at all Gateway Tire locations.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
The Memphis Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, October 15th in the Live Garden at Memphis Botanic Garden. Celebrate Memphis with local and national chefs, award-winning wines, and Memphis music. Buy your tickets now at memphisfoodwinefestival.org.
There's a voice inside every parent that whispers something might be wrong. If you suspect your child has been injured or abused, call Morgan & Morgan for the children.
Thanks for watching WMC Action News 5 at 10, the #1 10 p.m. newscast in the Mid-South.
Breaking tonight, a Los Angeles sheriff's deputy is dead after responding to a burglary. Sergeant Steve Owen had been with the department for 3 decades. The mayor reports he died surrounded by family and dozens of deputies, brought to tears. Investigators say the suspect in the shooting also tried to steal a patrol car and rammed it into another patrol car before running inside and behind a home. Deputies say the suspect was shot once during the chase. New at 10, a heartbreaking story from Pennsylvania. Investigators say a 7-year-old girl found her parents dead of an apparent overdose. The young girl couldn't wake her parents in the morning, but still got ready and went to school. It wasn't until her bus ride home she told the bus driver something was wrong. The children's aunt says that she tried to get the children help months ago, even sending police photos of the filth the family had been living in.
My sister wasn't the person she became when it came to drugs. She wasn't the person I knew. It was like the drugs had taken over, and at first we didn't know it was heroin.
Investigators also found 3 other children alone inside the house, ranging in age from 9 months to 5 years old. The children's grandmother is working to get temporary custody. Tonight on the campaign trail, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are gearing up for their next debate showdown on Sunday. After their running mates clashed for 90 minutes, Trump's looking to regain the momentum he lost over the last week, but both sides are claiming victory when it comes to the VP debate.
I got dinged a little bit, even by my wife, for like interrupting too much. Okay.
And I know I'm not the main event, you know what I mean? I'm kind of a B-list Republican celebrity. So
Both candidates are campaigning hard in Nevada, a battleground state. Sunday's debate between Trump and Clinton will be at Washington University in St. Louis. You can watch it live on WMC Action News5.com and our sister station Bounce at 8 p.m. Tonight, we're sending a high five to the University of Memphis. The school is honoring first responders by donating free Tiger football tickets. Memphis police officers and firefighters will be given 150 tickets for home games this season. The university says it's just a small token of appreciation. The Tigers are back home at the Liberty Bowl this Thursday against Temple at 7 p.m. The matchup will put Memphis in the national spotlight. This game is airing on ESPN. Weather for us, but I know that others across the country are handling it.
Yeah,
major situation.
Florida bracing for the impact of Hurricane Matthew, and this just coming in. The Weather Channel's reporting that Hurricane Matthew has now killed at least 25 people, so a deadly storm. And now thousands have already started evacuations in the United States. Along the southeast coast, it's time to pack up and get out.
The smartest thing to do is board her up and then pray.
12 million people could be in the path of Hurricane Matthew. In Florida, this could be the biggest evacuation in state history. Governor Rick Scott issued a dire warning.
This can kill you, and we cannot save you.
People along the coast filling up their tanks, but some drivers say fuel is hard to find. A state of emergency declared in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. In South Carolina, both lanes of freeway traffic now flow inland.
My plan is to head to Columbia and stay with a coworker and wait out the storm and hopefully come back and be glad that I left.
Millions of people are now racing to get out of the storm's path while Matthew moves closer and closer to the coast. A deadly storm indeed. Now, you can track it on your WMC Action News 5 Storm Tracker app. It's a free download. All you have to do, go into your radar settings, and then down right there, you just click on that little 3-tier thing and then click Tropical Storm Tracks, and it's right there. Great thing to have. You'll get the latest national hurricane tracks, watches, warnings, and even the radar data that's coming in from that as well. So, great thing to have.
Handy tool.
I've got it for you right now. Let's take a look at the latest track on Hurricane Matthew. A Category 3 storm, 115-mile-an-hour winds churning through the Bahamas. This is likely going to reach Category 4 strength as it comes along and skirts the coast of Florida. The latest hurricane track from the National Hurricane Center has the eye staying just offshore, but this is the cone of uncertainty. So it could come inland. It could also go a little farther out to in the open waters, but it does look like it's going to ride along the eastern seaboard, coming up through Jacksonville, then along the South Carolina coast, and then meander back into the Atlantic, where it will weaken into a tropical storm due to the upwelling of the colder water. There are tropical storm watches, warnings, and hurricane watches and warnings posted all along Florida, even on the western coast, the East Coast up to South Carolina. So watching that very closely. Here in the Mid-South, feeling good. 79. Feels like it's 80, a degree warmer. 56% humidity. The dew point 62. Winds out of the southeast at about 6. We hit 89 for a high today. Here's what we're tracking. It's going to be a warm end of the week, and it looks like a cold front's going to come in here late Friday, but a perfect fall weekend's coming. 78 Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine both days, mostly sunny as well. We're looking at temps that range from 76 in Bartlett to 73 in Millington. Collierville's at 79, and we're finding low to mid 70s around the area, although Oxford, you're at 68 right now. Futurecast showing a mostly clear sky as we get into the evening and overnight hours, and then by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, cool start, but by 2 in the afternoon, we're in the mid and upper 80s, sunshine. Looks like a nice night for the Tigers game as well. And then, as we get on into the evening hours, we'll see temperatures falling back in the 60s. Around West Tennessee, near 60 tonight in many areas, but highs tomorrow, upper 80s to near 90. We're looking at the same thing for northern Mississippi and even into eastern Arkansas. Here in the city of Memphis, we're going to fall to 68, mostly clear, mild night coming your way. Then for tomorrow, 90, warm day, mostly sunny. If you're going to the game, look for a temperature of about 81 at the kickoff, 78 at half. 76 at fourth quarter, but a clear sky. Looks like cold front will move in here on Friday, but I don't think it's going to bring rain. Only about a 20% chance at best. High of 89 Friday. We're back to 78 Saturday and Sunday, 80 Monday, 83 Tuesday, and 84 on Wednesday. So a little break from the heat, but we really need some rain.
All right, thanks, Ron. We'll be right back. The future of delivery next at 10. The company taking to the